Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us here on Clubhouse Confidential, presented by Pepsi, Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, and PC Richard and Son. I'm Don La Greca, co-host of the Michael K. Show on 98.7 ESPN, and a longtime Met fan. We'll get to them. I'm disgusted. But anyway, over the next 45 minutes, we're going to be joined by ESPN Sunday Night Baseball anchors Alex Rodriguez and Buster Olney to take you inside New York baseball and give away some great prizes as well. Here are some of the prizes: a $100 PC Richard and Son gift card, JBL portable Bluetooth speakers, and MLB The Show 21 for Xbox or PlayStation. Be sure to add any questions that you want for Alex, Buster, or myself by using the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. You'll see it right there at the bottom. Just click it, put your question in. We'll try to get to as many as possible. Before we get underway, I'd like to thank our sponsors for making this event possible. Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, making classic wine for over 45 years. PC Richard and Son, shop safe, shop local, and Pepsi, that's what I like. So without further ado, let's bring in the hosts of ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, Alex Rodriguez and Buster Olney. Gentlemen, thank you for this. This is going to be so much fun.
What's going on? How's it going?
And of course, you get to work with the great Alex Rodriguez. Alex, how are you?
What's up, Don? Always good to see you and hear you.
It's good to see you too, man. And congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame, the Boys and Girls Club Alumni Hall of Fame. And I know you got the biggest kick out of this. So just tell us about it, how it happened, and just really put into words how thrilled this is for you.
Yeah, no, look, the Boys and Girls Club has been a life changer for me. It was a life-changing experience when I walked through the Blue Door in Coconut Grove here in Miami as a 9-year-old boy. My father had left, and it was basically my mother and my two siblings. And in many ways, it gave me a bridge, and it showed me so many great lessons between, hard work, resilience, and it gave me hope. And I never thought about being a brown kid. I just thought I was a capable kid. And while we were short in resources, I certainly learned how to dream big and clear at the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, that's awesome. So congratulations to you on that. So let's get into the nuts and bolts of this. So much things happening in Major League Baseball, including the groove that Giancarlo Stanton is in right now. And it's ironic because the fans love to kill him, right? Well, big contract, big expectations. And now they're really getting to see him feel it. You've been in those grooves before. What is it like to be in the groove that Stanton's in right now?
Well, you want to just go out and play every single day. You want to play 2 or 3 games if you can. But Don, you sleep better, you walk better, the food is better, the wine tastes better if you're a drinker. Everything feels better. And when you're in a groove like this, you don't want an empty stadium or 20% capacity. You want a full house in the building. Because the one thing about New York, the avalanche works both ways, both negatively in the booing. And when you jump on that positive avalanche, and I felt that, many times in New York, I felt it both ways. It is powerful and it is real.
Yeah. And Buster, we get calls from Yankee fans all the time. This is the worst contract in baseball. How did they do this? But if he can stay healthy, Buster, is this really a bad contract for the Yankees?
It won't be if he can stay healthy and stay in the field. Look, if he plays 150 games a year, you've seen what kind of production he can have. And I love what you guys had on the show yesterday. You're like, okay, who's calling in to rip Stanton today? He's so hot. I had someone tell me last year when he was going through his struggles, he said, one of the misperceptions about him is that he's bothered by the booing, that there's a person there who's really mentally tough. And this person who told me this story really felt like he turned the corner in that regard. And the other thing, obviously, turning the corner physically, working with Eric Cressy and changing his body and maybe putting himself in a better position to stay on the field and stay healthy. It went from, I remember seeing him in spring training in 2020 and going, man, he's huge. He looks like a professional wrestler. And then when they played the 60-game season last year, he just looks so different. I think that's going to work better for him.
Now, you said something interesting, Buster, and I want to turn it over to Alex, that the booing affected Stanton, and Lindor's going through it now. He's batting 157. He's in an awful slump. Are you affected negatively by the booing, or can you have it roll off your back? And is it really a judge of character or weakness if you allow the booing to bother you?
No, I mean, it bothers everyone, Don. I've never met a player. I've met plenty of players, including myself, that said it didn't bother me. But I've never met a player that it didn't bother him. That is a fact, 100%. Regardless of what players come up and tell you, Don, you asked me that, I'm sure, over my career. Michael asked me, and I basically, as a player, you try to convince yourself, but it's not true. Look, I played in Seattle for a long time. I played in Texas, never got booed in either place. And I came to New York and I got a rude awakening. I had a conversation with Francisco Lindor just last week for about 35, 40 minutes. And he said, look, Alex, I played my entire career. I was like the darling of Cleveland, never got booed once. And in the first, 20 games, he just got a rude awakening here at Citi Field. And by the way, it's not even a full stadium yet. So it does emotionally. And as a player, Don, the biggest difference is you go from being the lovable, darling shortstop that's an underdog, much more like David, and you convert into the big bad Mets or Yankees or Knicks or Rangers. When you're in New York, you're now the target, and now you're Goliath.
Yeah, it's incredible. And now we got to try to figure out, is it just a slump or is it something bigger? I mean, 157 over 24 games, Alex, that's really bad for a guy that has just been a monster his whole career. You see him, you've watched him. What do you think's wrong?
Well, I think, and Buster, we talked about this a little bit on Sunday, is the adjustment off the field. Now, this will sound like an excuse, and he can never say that because he will get blasted, right? The bottom line is, when you come to New York, you don't just drive to the stadium. And he mentioned Progressive Field. That felt like home. He knew every corner of that stadium, every locker room, every usher, every person parking cars. There's a comfort level. When he talked about Citi Field, he actually said, this feels like my future home. Well, think about if you've been in a home for 20 years and you're comfortable, and then you're building a spec home. It's going to take you a minute to find the same comfort level. That's where he's at. And then New York City provides some great challenges, whether it's, whether it's not playing in front of the fans, whether it's, he said his wife is doing a great job adjusting in the city of New York. But driving to New York City, through New York City to Citi Field is an event. It's not like suburban. It is different, and it takes a minute to get, and I think he will be just fine. But yes, it is concerning. In his first 40 at-bats, he did not barrel one ball the right way. What do you think, Buster?
Let me tell a backstory. The other day we were getting ready for Sunday Night Baseball. I was in the ballpark. Alex was in studio in Bristol. And I saw something I've never seen before in years of watching players take batting practice. And that was Francisco Lindor got in for his first round of BP. Half of it was batting left-handed switch hitter, the other half right-handed. And he was absolutely trying to jack the ball out, pull the ball down the left field line, then pull the ball down the right field line to the point where he was almost falling over. And look, I'm just a dopey 5'7" 3/4 sports writer. So I immediately called Alex and I said, I have never seen that.
All right. It's now time to give some really great prizes away. We have 5 items to give away, including a $100 PC Richard & Son gift card, JBL portable Bluetooth speakers, and MLB The Show 21 for Xbox or PlayStation. I'm going to ask a trivia question to all the attendees out there. And if you know the answer, use the chat button on the bottom of your screen, and I'll select a winner from the correct answer. Now, you guys shouldn't give it away because I think you guys are going to know this. All right, our first giveaway for a JBL portable Bluetooth speaker. Here's the question. What year did Sunday Night Baseball debut? What year did Sunday Night Baseball debut? And we're getting a lot of different guesses, and they're all, Buster, flat out wrong. But we did get a couple of right answers. The person will reach out to you. Do you know the answer, Buster?
1990.
1990. Do you remember the game?
I don't remember the game.
All right. The game was April 15th, 1990, Expos and the Mets. Up next, a $100 gift card to PC Richard & Son. Before Alex Rodriguez, name one former Major League Baseball player who was a color commentator for Sunday Night Baseball. All right, there's been a bunch. All you have to do is name one, and you are the winner, and we did get plenty of the same guy. But I wonder how many you can answer, Buster.
Oh, I could run through them all.
All right. How about you, Alex? Could you do it?
Oh, yeah, I can run through a bunch. I mean, you had Schilling, obviously Joe Morgan, Aaron Boone. You had Crook, Oral Hershiser.
Bobby V.
Bobby V. And you left one out.
Aaron Boone.
Boone
we got. Schilling, Kruk, Valentine, Hershiser, Morgan, and Terry Francona.
Oh, that's right, Terry.
who ran out of gas one time on his way to a spring training exhibition broadcast for us.
We will now get you involved with some questions. You've been, I've been seeing you've been pouring out there, getting the questions out to Buster and to Alex. So let's go to Eric, and this is for Alex. Would you ever consider making the jump from the broadcast booth to the manager the way Aaron Boone did?
No, I've never, I never would. I don't think so. I really enjoy what I'm doing now. And you know, Don, my daughters are 16 and 13. And we've introduced this breakfast club on Saturdays, which we spend from 8:30 to 10 p.m. is our breakfast club. They hate it. I love it. No electronics. We just dive in to what happened for the week. There's nothing more important in my life than those two little ones.
No, listen, I'm so with you. I had twins 3.5 years ago, and yeah, that just makes your day. It's funny how the stress melts away. And I got one from John for Alex. Who was the pitcher, not a big name, who you just couldn't hit during your career? And by the way, you're my top 5 all-time favorite player. Love you, man. That's from John.
Thank you. I mean, I can think of the ones that are fair, big names that gave me trouble. I mean, Pedro gave me trouble. Mike Mussina, when he was with the Baltimore Orioles, was devastating. I mean, people don't recall him, but he was throwing 95, 96, knuckle curveball, changeup, gold glove defender. I mean, he was the whole package. I would say those Schillings was very challenging at times too. I would say those. I'll tell you what, early in my career, Eckersley and Kevin Apier, because they had wipeout sliders, were also tough. I didn't see those at Westminster Christian High School.
And finally, Eric has a question for Buster. Have you found it challenging reporting on baseball as the game has shifted to new data and analytics?
No. To me, as a reporter, you got to reflect what the players and the staffs are thinking about. So when you see a manager make a decision, like we talked about Kevin Cash in the World Series, taking out Blake Snell, you better understand as a reporter why he's making that choice.
Guys, this was so much fun. It was an honor to get a chance to talk to both of you. And I'll speak for the listeners and everybody that attended this, that it was so gracious of the both of you. It was so much fun. Sunday Night Baseball coming up 7 o'clock, ESPN Eastern Time. You've got the Phillies and the Braves. You guys do a tremendous job. You've made it into an institution. And thanks for all you do for the Michael Kay Show. Thanks for all you do for baseball. And we'll be watching on Sunday, guys. Thanks so much for this.
Don, great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Don.
this was
fun.
All right, take
day.
care. What a great job. Thanks to everybody for participating today, too, taking time out of your busy day. We got Mets and Yankees actually going on right now, and you guys decided to attend this, so it's awesome. I also want to thank everybody for participating in this and our sponsors, Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, making classic wine for over 45 years, PC Richard & Son, Shop Safe, Shop Local, and Pepsi. That's what I like. We'll talk to you again. This was a lot of fun. Thank you. Enjoy your day, everybody.